Papa Squat. Coming at ya. We've got an album. This is a second album from Femcell. I did an album from Femcell last week. Actually, I need to look this up on here. It was, oh, I can't do it here. I moved some things around. Let's move this over here. I did an album from Femcell last week called Equestrian Ego Death. EED. EED. And hour and 26 minutes is what it took me to do. And Femcell has a super interesting story and background. And a lot of it's pretty deep. Femcell has issues with suicidal ideation, either has homicidal ideation or does not have it, but has mental challenges that he's facing, and makes music that is kind of slotted into the horrorcore genre, and is also strongly tied to the My Little Pony mythology. I think it's a absolutely interesting cross section of influences and likes. And anyway, they sent me a bunch of money to react to a couple of albums. One was the one we did last week, Equestrian Ego Death. Actually, really, really good. Good lyrics, interesting stuff going on in it. I am not like a big fan of My Little Pony, so I don't get all of the like knowledge about the intellectual property that other people who are really into it might get. But there were probably 3-4 songs on there that stand on their own as just really good songs. And I honestly was not expecting that. Really, really good songs. And both in terms of the content, in terms of writing, in terms of music, excellent. Excellent. They sent me 2 albums. Femcell sent me 2 albums. The first was the Equestrian Ego Death. The second one was My Little Mixtape 3, which is what we're looking at here. Came out just not long ago, 2026, 29 minutes long, 18 songs. And Femcell has also written me a couple of emails to kind of explain some things, right? Sent me one email before I did the last reaction, and then sent me another one. And said, I really appreciate the genuine reactions you have. It's really nice seeing context actually somewhat help with the multiple tracks on EED, so the information that Femcell provided me. I wanted to explain to My Little Pony stuff a little more, and the concept I had with the next one for next week, so you don't have to read this till next week, of course, which is this week. It'll help right beforehand. He said, I love the EED reaction. You connected a lot of emotions I tried to express that really well, especially into that really well, especially for a first listen. And I was really super happy you genuinely connected with a handful of them. And I absolutely did. Some great music on there. Because that's one of the reasons I appreciate your review of my older worse album. No, it's just an older album. It's just you've changed since then. It's not worse. And then let's see here. Way more. Really noticed how much more I could put into it, and I took some time, but I got to become way better at writing and truly put effort into the lyrics, even when I drown out my voice on purpose 99% of the time. What they mean there is basically like they're not comfortable putting everything or even a small fraction of their actual thoughts down on paper. And so he drowns out some of what he writes. The My Little Pony stuff comes from me being in the psych ward, and I had no other comfort. And I would talk to people pretty all right, and I got along pretty well, and that's never been an issue. I just mask stuff, so I think it's really corny, probably, but that's okay. Sorry, I'm kind of reading as I'm going, and there's not a lot of punctuation. When I was 16, I was done really caring about coming off corny because it's not worth caring about after I've done things that have almost killed me, especially when I got really bad with binging Dex and Oxy at 2 main respective points. But I'd watch My Little Pony not really just in a comforting way, but since I had pushed myself further and further away from anything with any sort of innocence, I feel like I found comfort in something that as a kid I watched, and yet it was something where I was finding comfort in as an adult because it reminds me of being in the family room at like 8, sitting on the blue carpet and sketching little shit characters from My Little Pony. So I generally have a connection toward that. So absolutely understandable to me. It's so completely and I think anybody, right? You have things from your childhood that you not only have like just nostalgia for, that you just enjoy them because you enjoy them and you have good positive feelings about them. But when you were a kid, it was the coolest thing in the world, right? And you had time to yourself to just sit and enjoy something and do what you want to do, to make little drawings of the characters, right? So I absolutely get it. And he kind of receded back to that. And I don't mean necessarily like receded and pulled back. But he found something when he was in an uncomfortable situation that gave him some comfort. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. Um, I grew up between those times, and the psych ward group TV was all I really had the freedom to have and to think about anything outside of there. So I started writing in the psych ward around those times for the first time, and came up with stuff on the spot. I hate to over explain everything, but I feel like that it better explain the choice, and that aesthetically it gives me something to write about. So I can focus on expressing my emotions through it, and I don't know why such a specific thing that I randomly found appreciation for again, and uh, a show that I watched as a kid, but for whatever reason, that's what happened, and it served as a vessel to start writing openly. Like I'll start an album with Horsey, which I think was the first song on the last album that I did, and I'm like literally joking, calling myself someone with horse teeth in that song because it's so pointed in that direction of pony stuff. And then I'll have an over where not a single line. Oh, have something else where not a single line is about My Little Pony. Um, I'd say before the next project, My Little Mixtape 3, is definitely 100 times more horrorcore. So, content wise, it's going to be much more horrorcore style, this album, compared to the last one we did. The concept in my head was like encapsulating my negative emotions into the concept of a cult leader in My Little Pony, because I always found more satanic type imagery on albums that the genre usually wouldn't match as really appealing. But I didn't want to rehash and go down the same route, so it's almost like this is really overboard. But that's the point. It's almost like the concept is, if you pictured it as that type of broken radio you find like in a mountain or in Pennsylvania, and it has headphones and you find it really high and it's broken, but you're so high that it's like adding an aspect of sonic value to it. Um, let's see here. My Little Pony is the third in a mixtape series that I made last year where it's very focused on pony stuff, but is more horrorcore, and that is, well, at the same time, very coinciding. I'm not sure what that means. The first 10 to 11 or so songs are very distorted and more like electronic rap, I think would be a good way to describe it. It's more like rage with some digicore too. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I want to rip your body apart in the lyrics. And usually in the past, I'd always be like, fuck, I'm going to sound so corny. But it genuinely encapsulates some negative emotions I feel, especially when I lash out after letting a lot of things that have happened across my life fester, and then mix it with heavy usage, drug usage, I assume, as well. And I feel I should 100% say it's just the aesthetic that since I was really young online, I'd find cool stuff that I find cool. Like I grew up watching people play a ton of RPG horror games early 2010s, and I built so much of my personality around that. And I've gotten older to where I really don't, in real life, have that type of stuff attached to myself. But through music, it's my vessel to portray these emotions. I think of MLA3 as the darker parts of uh, Equestrian Ego Death, the last album, and think of MLM3 as being so high, I'm just riding through all the issues I have, but all the issues I have, but by just being like it doesn't really matter. I don't care, which I like expressing by dropping randomly really vulgar bars, like not saying a slur or something in the song, but trying to use lines that are super dark and obviously way too much, but aren't any deeper past me, just kind of like you said, having a punk aspect to my stuff lyrically, and not just caring at all about how I look, because I really have nothing in life past the year plus that has made me happy. Oof, that's hard to hear. But that's also great, right? You have found something that you really like, that you do enjoy, that you can put yourself into, that you can get a dopamine hit in your head that makes you feel good. That's great. Um, Anyway, nothing in my life for the past year plus that has made me happy other than music, especially. And I never have anything materialistic other than substances. Um, and then he kind of apologizes about over explaining. Um, let's see. I don't want to force you to have to read it before just listening. I just feel like if you go into it looking at it like that, uh, and like a really detestable figure in My Little Pony, you'll feel that aesthetic somewhat. And again, those first 10 to 11 tracks are like rap, digicore, rap. But there's more diversity at the end, even post-punk at the very end. And ironically, what you said, it made me think of the punk stuff. I'm excited to see you react to it. So anyway, this is going to be, yeah, they also said something else here. Oh, this was it. MLM 3, which is what we're going to listen to, is probably more like 100% effort into the sound and 65% in the lyrics. Well, Equestrian Ego Death was kind of swapped, so way more effort into the vocals on the last album and in the lyrics on the last album, and not as much on the music, although some of the music was great. So I'm gonna dive into this now. That was a lot of talk, right? So I think this was actually good to get this information from FemCell, because what it tells me is I have to be aware that FemCell is aware that this is really extreme, that the horrorcore parts of it are him trying to get that stuff out of his system and just I hope just be done with it, right? Like, get these feelings out, talk about it. It doesn't have to be real, right? People write books and they about murderers, and it doesn't make the writer a murderer. People can write songs about murdering and it doesn't make the writer a murderer. What it does is give them an outlet for something that is in their head. And that's how I look at all music. So I'm actually super interested in see what this sounds like. It may be way harder than I enjoy my music, but we're going to see. I also need to see if this album has lyrics, or maybe it's My Little Mixtape 3 FemCell lyrics. Oops, it's supposed to be lyrics, not lyrics. Little me. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so not here. Not here. Go away. And we'll see. Maybe they're in the individual songs. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, Patreon down below in the description of the video if you'd like to send me music to listen to. Like I said, FemCell sent me some money to react to both of these albums. I really appreciate that, FemCell. I understand why you did what you did. And I'm looking forward to this. I enjoyed last week's album, and I will continue to say I enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to. I wanted to react to your stuff quickly because you sent me a good amount of money, and I was sort of like, I don't know how this is going to be. Like, I really am not sure. I don't want to say anything bad, especially, and I don't usually say anything bad, but I don't want to say anything that is offensive, because it's entirely possible that I listen to that album and just go, oh my God, this is trash. It's like, I don't want to listen to this. I have the same fears this time because you said it's 100 times more horrorcore, which is not my style of music. I will attempt to be fair, however. And I'm interested because I see what you're capable of. And if this is like part of your artistic journey, then I'm down to check it out. I guess that's the best thing. Oh, good, there's lyrics here. That's the best thing I can say is you have made me interested in your music. I have been super impressed by some of what you've produced. I hope you continue to make music, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future. And like I said, if you enjoy doing this, even if other parts of your life suck, even if you have to take a shitty job and do a shitty job for the rest of your life, please don't stop making music if it brings you some amount of happiness. Not everybody gets to be Bad Bunny. Not everybody gets to be Kid Rock. Not like some people just work their entire lives. They have their hobby that really motivates them, that keeps them excited about things. I'm kind of like that about a couple of different things. And just keep doing the stuff that brings you some amount of happiness. There you go. Let's check this out. First track is Appalachian Equestrian Radio. So this is that idea you were talking about somebody walking through the forest, finds an old, I assume like an old cabin with a radio playing whatever's on the radio, right? And whoever the person is that found it is high, and they just hear this stuff coming over the radio, and they're like, what in the hell is this? And it kind of works into their brain, right? Let's check it out. This will be interesting. Again, I don't know what this is going to sound like, but I'm so down to hear it. I hope people who have listened this far continue to watch. This should be really, really interesting. Thank you, Femcel. Okay, I like that. And I want to reiterate, the music is really what I'm going to be concentrating on here. I have the lyrics up in front of me, but the music is really what I want to be concentrating on here because Femcel said 100% the music is where I put most of my effort. Lyrics, not as much effort. I rewound a little bit. Very industrial. Cool. Okay. The music is awesome. Like, I love the super hard electronic music stuff going on. I actually really, really love it. The lyrics I don't necessarily think are bad. I think I can see what you're saying about like it's not where your effort went, and even that seems like too much of a slight. I think this is actually, it works. It works for the concept that you told me, right? It absolutely works. One of the things I really want to call out here is the way you have the beat going in the background. And this section that's about like go schizo over radio, go schizo over radio, I'm ponies on the radio, kill ponies on the radio, I'll kill you on the radio, I'll kill you on the radio, kill ponies on the radio, I'll kill you on the blah 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 blah. The blah 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 and the rest of that verse, but the blah 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 especially was so perfect. And your vocals are very hidden, very distorted, very overwhelmed by the music. And and it reinforces what you were saying, right? It is about the music. It's about the way it sounds. It does sound really, really cool. And something as simple as blah, 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 blah sounded pretty goddamn cool. Like, I'm like, oh, I wish I could hear that a little bit better. I am liking this so far. I like the super heavy industrial, like, just that stuff is cool. Okay. Hold on. That must have been the end of the one song. I mean, it's so distorted, it is definitely hard to follow along on the lyrics and actually track what's going on. Let's check this out. This is Dash. Using hashtags at the beginning, double hashtags at the beginning of each. I think that's just a stylistic thing. It's also hashtag femcell, hashtag my little mixtape 3. I don't know the significant. Well, let's find out. Double hashtag is if that means anything. Double hashtag meaning. Double hashtag or a simple concept when a person hashtags the same shit they just said in a sentence. They invented the Piedmont of North. What is a double hashtag? Double hashtag is designed to reduce clustering. It does this by calculating the stride for a key given a second independent hash function. Thus, two options will have. No, that's not. Does double hashtag mean anything in texting? Word or phrase preceded by the symbol hashtag that classifies or categorizes, such as a tweet. That's just not useful. Double hashtag is a computer programming technique used to. Okay. That is not what we want. Double hashtags when I add tags to my posts. No. Double hashtag meaning. The double hashtag is used in the hopes of getting more views on TikTok videos. This is why people use does it work. I don't think it does. So, okay. I think it's a stylistic thing. I just wasn't sure if it had some other meaning. All right, let's go. Dash, second song on the album. Oh, that's cool. Oh my, that's good. I'm sitting over here like this hand that you never see. What is it doing? This hand that you never see, that's my left hand over here. I'm like tapping away. Like that was good. That sounded cool. This is just atmospheric, have on in the background, really good. Really, if I didn't know there were lyrics in this song, I would not know that there were lyrics in this song. It's almost non-existent. You really can't make anything out. It is about the music with this. I totally get it. Oh, I thought that sounded cool. Man, that sounded really good. I like how industrial it is. I like how it sounds. I like the darkness of it. The energy of it, the atmospheric kind of like industrial sound, right? Like that's what I'm going to come back to. I'm probably going to say that way too much. This is definitely working for me. Sorry, I forgot. This is called Apple to the Core. And I should say, I noticed in the lyrics here, one of the characters in My Little Pony is named Applejack, which I'm sure is what this is supposed to be about. Apple to the core. I'm sorry. You really need to just straight up be a producer. This shit is awesome. I mean, I really, it's a lot. It's heavy. I get it. Oh my god, is it good? The music in this is like, again, if you like this kind of music, this is awesome. It's really good. I've been to parties. Yeah, I've been to parties. I've been to parties, like in Atlanta back in the late 90s with the guys from the old White Wolf gaming studio. And I was not a cool guy. I'm not a cool guy. I was fat. I was underconfident. I was not a sexy young man. I had charisma. I'm as charismatic as fuck. But not a good looking young man because I was just heavy. And but I would go to parties, specifically with the White Wolf guys in Atlanta, and also at some conventions that we would go to, and they would play music that sounded something like this: heavy, super industrial, like a goth emo stuff back in the day, right? This stuff would fit in so well with the stuff that they did. I remember at one party they had people hanging by hooks at their party, and they were into body modification and things like that, but they would have these frames set up in the party, and they would hook themselves into it with like through their skin. And I think this was at that was in Atlanta, and there was an author there as well. Imagica. Who wrote Imagica? Clive Barker. So Clive Barker was kind of in that same scene. And this music, I say shit, that's not a nice thing to say. This music would absolutely fit in. Like, I would listen to that there and I would have been like, God damn, that was cool. Like, it was super heavy and loud and blah, 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 blah. But that sounded pretty goddamn awesome. But yes, I'm serious. You should be a producer. You should be making beats for people, getting them online, because, man, I think people would appreciate the fuck out of your music. Like as beats, right? Oh, people would get into it. Man. Yeah, and you clearly know what you're doing. Excellent stuff. Okay, Party Cannon. I will know. I haven't looked at the rest of these as we've been going along, but like this song already has 6,600 views, plays. That is not nothing. You are doing just fine, man. Cool sound. Okay, whatever you're doing there with your voice, I don't even know, right? You're just saying lyrics, but whatever that effect is that you are doing with your voice sounds really, really cool, and I wish I could hear it better. I really wish I could hear it better. It sounds very cool. All right, let's keep going. Also great. I'm eating Pringles. Sorry. That sounded cool. This is a song I would listen to just on its own. Party Can. Really very good. Again, I'm not going to get deep into the lyrics because I don't super think they matter, right? But they sounded good and they make me want to understand what you're saying. That was a cool sound. I'm not doing it exactly correct, but it's cool. Added a little lightness to what we've heard so far on the album. I thought that was a great song. Smile is the next track. Come on. So good. It's so good. I also love that you have like that super, super distorted effect on your voice, this whole section in the beginning, and then the part where you're repeating the same thing. I got hundreds, I got 30s, bitch, I pop till I can't chew, over and over and over. Everything, that distortion drops away and you can hear that clearly. Great idea. Great idea. Because it's not, you are still hiding the parts you want to hide sonically, right, in the song. But then you are giving us some snippet of something that's understandable, which, believe me, is very, very important in music. My opinion, right? I'm only basing this on my opinion. Just to be able to hear some words in there that come through and I can clearly hear and connect with, and I go, oh, okay, I hear it. He's actually got words. He's actually saying things. That makes a difference for some reason. This song is also So cool sounding. I'm so impressed with the music on this album so far. That's cool at the end. So there's that little snippet of something I'm sure from My Little Pony, right? It's somebody singing, "Cheering up my friends is just what Pinky's here to do, 'cause I love to make you smile, smile." It's kind of fun. Like, that would be fun even if it was just in here not because you're a fan of My Little Pony. It's just like a fun little, like, almost non sequitur thing added in here. So I'm gonna read through some of these lyrics because we haven't really read any of the lyrics. "Cover my chainsaw in blood. If I smile, bitch, you done. Creep up in the house with razors in my mouth. What have you done? Me, I'm bleeding out in excess, pulling razors from my tongue. Bitch, I slice my cheeks apart after blitzing on your son. Beat up bitches so much, bitch, I get the fucking allegation. I've been rolling off of oxys at the fucking Greyhound station. If I get an allegation that ain't rape, it's probably true." An allegation that ain't rape, it's probably true. If no, I'm Adamon on a net, and bitch in real life too. I got hundreds, I got 30s, bitch. I pop till I can't chew. Repeats. I got hundreds. Like, what the fuck you trying to do right now? Hundreds on me, bitch. I'm toting bullets, toting fucking rounds. Gore out on my bitch, necrophiliac. Go another round. Smile, smile, smile. Go out on my bitch, necrophiliac, go another round, smile, ho out. Like, the lyrics are crazy, right? The lyrics are crazy. And I don't think they matter, right? I just wanted to read through some of them so you can see what is being said here. I think this is not anything all that unusual, right? In a lot of music, people like to play out their violent fantasies, things that are in their head, and it works in the song. Sounds fine. That was Smile. Next is 88.3 FM. This must be the radio station. What was the radio station? So I was on a radio station in high school. WBSD 89.5, 89.1 WBSD. That was the radio station I was on in high school. I had fun with that, and I wish I had done more of it. I really wish I had done more of it. You can go listen to them online. It's awesome. Started in 1975. Format: adult album alternative high school radio. Adult album alternative. What the fuck does that mean? Adult album alternative is a radio format. Its roots trace to both classic album stations of the 70s as well as alternative rock format that developed in the 80s. Oh, so they probably changed some of their music. Targets adult listeners with a blend of indie, rock, folk, and singer-songwriter music. That seems like a mistake. This was a station that when I was on it, was very much alt-rock. Like REM before they were famous, U2 before they were famous, The Cure before they were famous. And now they're doing like folk and rock, and I don't know. Sounds boring. It sounds boring to me is what it sounds like. But anyway, this is the radio station I worked on. And I don't even 80, that's right, it was 89.1. 88.3, that's what made me think of it. 88.3 FM, this is the sixth song on the album. Let's go. Okay, that's cool. Really, really cool. Kind of reminds me of Two Hollows. super low. It's so it's so good. Ah, man. Like, seriously, every track, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. The lyrics, again, just don't matter. Not really. When I'm booted off the radio and OD, you gonna get ignored. Bitch, I'm booted on the radio while fucking my whore. Bitch, I'm booted on the radio while I fuck my mare. I got a big Glock, big rock, bitch, I don't care. Bitch, I'm booted off an OD, just frozen I stare. Bitch, I'm booted on the radio while I kill my mare. I got a Bowie, I'm gonna carve, I ain't scared. Like, whatever. And the lyrics don't really matter, right? Like, but the music it sounds so good. Wind Rider. Again, I'm listening to this all at once. It's getting a little overwhelming just because it is so heavy and industrial. But, like, each individual song, I think sounds good. We'll see if it continues to sound good as I get to about the halfway mark, and if I get kind of overwhelmed by it. Wind Rider is the next track. Let's go. Cool sound. Very cool. Why is that so cool? Yeah, this ending was super good. I wish a little bit of this had come earlier even. That's so good. That's so good. Yeah, that's so good. God damn. My Bloody Girl. Ah, don't start playing right away. I wish it would just like click into it and not start playing. Hold on a second. I gotta clear my throat. I hope that worked. Too many Pringles. My Bloody Girl is the next track. What did this just? Oh, minute and 16 seconds. This is a short one. I think this is like track 9. Let's just do it. This is My Bloody Girl. This song has it too. I really like I know this stuff is going to be pretty dark and heavy and industrial sounding. And but I really like, whether it comes first or second, the higher notes that you have throughout almost all of these tracks. There's something that's not at that same kind of dark, deep, oppressive level. Instead, there's tracks, or there's portions of the track that are higher, that are like in this one, like I'm not sure exactly what the beat was, but it starts off of it almost immediately, or actually immediately, with this like way up here, and then there's way down here. It sounds so good. It makes it so much more accessible. Excellent. See, and that would be a cool way to start a song, right? Like, wow. And this sounds amazing. I fucked that up by stopping, but god damn, that's cool. God damn, that's super heavy. Love that. Oh my god. Oh my god. And again, the lyrics here, terrible, terrible, terrible. Like, not written terrible, just like really not safe. Very violent. Before I kill myself, my bloody girl for you, I'm toting mag. Bitch, I'm shooting up Equestria, got a gun tote in my bag. Bitch, I'm booted through Equestria, shooting up shooting up fags. Bitch, I'm booted through Equestria, shooting up malls. Got no gun, bitch. Gun withdrawal. Gun withdrawal. That's funny. Need to shoot me up a mall. I got nothing, bitch. I fall. Into depths unholy tall, I climb up way too tall, dropped through all 9 when I fall. Oh, 9 layers of hell, I assume. Got no oxy, big withdrawal. Actually, kind of not bad writing here, but lots of violence, lots, like talking about shooting gay people, like not cool, but god damn, that song sounds cool. God damn, it sounds cool. 18 tracks. This is track number 9, NM2. Don't know what that's referring to. NM2. I decided the person that I think I would like you to work with. Oh, this would be so cool. Would be Danny Brown. Oh, it would be so cool. That would be so cool. I could see it. 5.7 is the name of this next track. God damn, this music is so good. Way harder, way darker, way heavier than I normally listen to. There is something in every single song that I just go, God damn, that was good. Let's see if it continues. Track number 10, 5.7. This has a feature, another artist, Xan, Xann. Let's find out who Xan is. Anything? No. Gunsmith. That would be. Is that what your job is? Because that would be awesome. All right. Nothing useful here. We're going to listen to 5.7 from Femcell and Xan. Minute 35.
I'm in Xan popping out 30s, I can't feel a thing right now. Like 17 just got 1700 right now. I'm in Xan popping out 30s, I can't feel a thing right now. You know, this week in the head, extra love out. I got my baby not for me, come fucking down. My baby ain't just boy, damn, by the pound. It's like, feel like this control me, I'm controlling it. I just got on my smoking, bitch, if you gon' roll me. I ain't never been so long, why my bitch gon' home with all another phone. See, I pass her, then she take my body.
Okay, so before this part, I'm not a big fan of the like getting screamed at, and I think Femcell has done this on previous tracks where it has like this kind of scream, yell, and it sounds kind of cool. I just don't like getting screamed at, right? That's just my own thing. But then there's this shift right here, I don't know, back a few seconds ago, where all of a sudden it starts to be like, electronic digicore or some weird thing, and I go, oh, well, okay, that's interesting. What's going on? Oh, that's neat. Super frenetic, like super over the top, like way too many things going on for me to keep track of. Wah! I would love you to give me some kind of explanation of what that track is supposed to be about, because there's no lyrics there either. Well, that was crazy. In like the most interesting way, right? Definitely not my thing, except for the sections that are a little more electronic-y sounding, and those are pretty short, and I don't know what's happening there. I don't know what's going on. It's all over the place. It was interesting. Not 80% of it is not my bag, but it's still good. Canterlot. That must be like the Camelot allegory in My Little Pony, right? Canterlot is the capital city of Equestria in My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Known as the mountainous high society home of Princesses Celestia and Luna, and the royal castle, primarily populated by unicorns, it serves as the central hub for major state events and was the residence of Twilight Sparkle. It is also featured in Equestria Girls franchise as a human city and high school. What? What is Equestria Girls? As a human city. Oh. My Little Pony Equestria Girls is a fashion doll and media franchise launched in 2013. Huh. I don't know anything about that. All right. So, yes, Canterlot is like Camelot, but canter, because horses canter. So, of course, it's called Canterlot. Let's listen to it. Like a really kind of a cool thing going on in the background here. Not super heavy. I kind of like the way this sounds and feels. Very, very fun. Huh, kind of interesting. It's weird because, it's called Canterlot, right? And I don't feel like there's a ton of stuff in here that's specifically related to My Little Pony, which doesn't have to be, right? But you would think when the name is that. But it's walk through Canterlot Equestria. But then I'm gunning through the town. Walk through Canterlot Equestria. I'm gunning through the town. It's really just like the setting that this is taking place, and the lyrics could be for anything, right? Like the rest of them, if you just replace that with whatever, somewhere in New York or somewhere in California or somewhere in Florida, Detroit, anything. That's a pretty cool soundtrack. Not my favorite. Some of the earlier ones I think were favorites of mine. Let's Eat Ponies Together is the name of track number 12. Let's see what this is like. Spotify can't play this right now. Excuse me, sir. Are you playing? Your music will continue after the break. 51 seconds left in this break. You can just die in a fire. Are you gonna work for me? I guess I'll pause. Got it now. Here we go. Let's Eat Ponies Together. That sounds cool. That electronic stuff right there is so good. So good. God damn. Like, really enjoying this. It's so weird to come into a project 2 weeks in a row, right? Same artist, and just have no idea where it's going to go. And then it ends up being so unexpectedly cool. It's crazy. So Ponyville, this is from Femcell and Bane, B-A-I-N-E exclamation point. I don't know who Bane is, but let's check. Bane, 73,000 monthly listeners. Who is Bane? Add my Roblox. That's funny. Contact We Love Bane. Instagram, Bane Official. There's no information. Give us some official information. Yeah, 6,500 followers, 74,500 listeners. LA, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, Dallas. Somebody who's making some music. Let's check out Ponyville from Femcell and Bane. No lyrics here. What does this sound like? This is very much not like super heavy industrial dark. This feels way more modern rap, cloud rap kind of thing. It sounds good. Yeah, and I noticed this has 24.5 thousand plays already. That's a good sounding track. I wish I had lyrics for this one, but that sounded great. Again, very different style. Sounded much more like modern cloud rap kind of thing going on there. And I thought it sounded good. Dead ponies need love too. So true. So true. Please support Dead Ponies. All right, so this is minute and 25 seconds. Got lyrics here. Let's do it. Dead ponies need love too. like super inappropriate stuff in the lyrics, right? Don't really need to go into that. Um, the song sounded kind of good, kind of heavy, kind of very not even aggressive. Again, kind of just heading back into that industrial space, but it did sound good. This song has lyrics that I assume are kind of tied into the whole cult leader thing that he was talking about in some of the notes that they sent to me. Um, yeah, there you go. Trouble Shoes would be a great brand for shoes. Trouble Shoes. That sounds good too. Sounds almost like a mystery show. 2,700 plays already, minute and 50 seconds. Trouble Shoes is the track. Let's check this out. Love that sound. Really interesting, like alt rock samples here. Just gives me sounds of. All I can say is alt rock. I can't think of like a specific band. Kind of almost that symbol is what does it for like and I don't know who that's supposed to be reminding me of, but man, like it gives it a really interesting sound. That grinding guitar kind of reminds me a little bit of like some grunge stuff. This is interesting. You said like the first 10, 11 tracks, I'll paraphrase, were a little bit samey, but I don't necessarily feel that way. I think the album has a style, right? This definitely feels much more alt rock to me, grunge to me, maybe post punk, maybe, but probably grunge. It's a good sound. It's quite good. Huh? Yeah. Excellent. Um, uh, the lyrics have some. Um, no, I'm thinking of the last song. Well, it starts off Blood Equestria, right? So a little bit of My Little Pony stuff. The rest of you get tied up in a noose. I got 30 grams, my hip. You'll dose it down. I'll cut you loose. Clip me down. You clip my wings. I cut you down. I cut you loose. Kind of interesting writing there. I like that. Pick you up off of the chair. I cut you down. I cut you loose. Into my hands. I dose 30s, bitch, while you've been rolling fucking Ativan. I pop 30. Where else? There was some other stuff in here that was interesting. I trot through the rain and snow, and marked in my hooves through the mud I go, dragged hooves through the mud, spilling blood I roll off Molly, through Ponyville blood I roll upon a bitch. It's so funny to like read through this and see this My Little Pony stuff in a song that sounds like it should be just about what's going on in somebody's house down the street who's having a bad day, right? Like it's so interesting. I like the way this sounds too, and obviously other people do too. 2,700 listens. Like that is a good sounding song. Glimmer in the Mirror is the 16th out of 18 tracks. So 16th track. I like this. Fa, fuck. Let's see what this is like. Glimmer in the Mirror, 1,500 plays. People are listening to it. I Again, whole album has sounded so good. I totally get what you're talking about with like the music being the focus, the sound of it being the focus. And that's a way to do music, right? Like it can be just about how it sounds. It doesn't have to be about the content of the vocals and the lyrics and all that sort of stuff. And you do a good job of like kind of concealing the vocals. It just becomes texture. It becomes something else to have in the song. And it's not necessarily about what is being said. It's about the feel of it. It's about the music of it. It's about just sitting back and enjoying what you're hearing. And I think this is a very easy thing to do with this album. So let's go. Glimmer in the Mirror. Some drum and bass in there in the background. That was kind of interesting. So again, some more cult stuff in here. Join my cult, my mirror, I bow. Repeat that line a few times. Join my cult, my mirror, I bow. Toting a knife around Cattletown. I'm God off of OTC when I'm off of the lyrics. I'm starlight glimmer. I can detect the fear in you. You're equal to me, bitch. You'll bow down if I'm near in you. I'm starlight glimmer. I can detect the fear in you. You're equal to. So repeat some of that stuff. My eye glimmers black, sunlight beam through me, join my cult. And repeats that quite a bit too. And it's interesting because it gives me sort of a like a chant sort of feel that you would hear in some sort of religious or cult context, and you just repeat the chant over and over and over. It felt like that as I was listening to it. It didn't really matter that I was reading the lyrics or what the lyrics said. The feeling of it, hearing it, is like, oh yeah, this sounds sort of like a chant. Like that was kind of cool. That was interesting. I have the lyrics in front of me. I'm two sides of my brain, right? I'm reading the lyrics and I'm going, it doesn't really matter what the lyrics say. It was kind of how I feel while listening to it. And that's easy for me to do. And I don't want you to think like that I'm listening to this and going, oh, well, the lyrics are telling me this, and that's why he's saying that. That's not it at all. I'm like very much basing it on what I am feeling and hearing as I'm just listening to the song, and then I look at the lyrics and go, "Oh, okay, that's what's being said." Um, That was a pretty interesting song too. And again, 1,500 plays. Like 1,500 people have listened to this, and I think it's worthwhile. What my cutie mark is telling me. My cutie mark is that MLP cutie mark? Is that like the little thing they have on the side of their bodies, like a rainbow or whatever the hell? Cutie mark. Each cutie mark represents a symbol that appears on the flanks of the ponies of My Little Pony. A cutie mark. Most prominently featured in the television series My Little Pony, My Friendship is Magic, each cutie mark represents a pony's special talent, unique skill, or defining characteristic. In the show's lore, cutie marks typically appear when a young pony discovers their true purpose or passion in life. Boy, wouldn't it be great if we all had something like that? The concept is a central narrative element in the series, symbolizing identity formation, coming of age, self-discovery, individualism, and personal growth, and is considered a rite of passage within the series. Analysts have compared the concept of a cutie mark to predestination and free will. Feminist analysts have interpreted a cutie mark acquisition as a metaphor for body positivity, puberty, and menarche. I don't know the term menarche. The first menstrual cycle. Oh. Menarche, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is the first menstrual cycle or first menstrual bleeding in female humans. From both social and medical perspective, it is often considered the central event of female puberty, as it signals the possibility of fertility. Girls experience menarche at different ages, but the most common age is 12. Cutie mark is a play on the term beauty mark and is also reminiscent of the equestrian term quarter mark. The design and significance of cutie marks vary widely. Yeah, okay. That's kind of cool. Kind of cute. What my cutie mark is telling me. Second to last song on the album. Let's check it out. Minute and 24 seconds. Ooh. Okay, I gotta say, I did not expect something called cutie mark, what my cutie mark is telling me, to be quite so heavy. But let's check it out. Oof. Yeah, super heavy, super dark sounding. A little overwhelming. And like I said, something that's about a cutie mark I would think would be a little lighter, but his cutie mark is barely not light and happy. My cutie mark is telling me to butcher you, don't stop. Party cannon, I'm loading butch a gun down till they drop. Till all of Equestria's gunned down, bitch get hop. Bitch, my cutie mark is telling me to butcher you, don't stop. What my cutie mark is telling me is walk up now and kill. I've been seeing things since 8, like bitch, I was born to drill. Bitch, I'm drilling through the cabinet till everything isn't real. Move like Uvalde when I'm coming, you can see me in the field. What my cutie mark is telling me is walk up now and kill. Yeah, lots of stuff. Very, very dark. 3,000 plays. That's pretty good. Obviously, this is speaking to somebody. It's a little much for me. This one was a little much for me. All right, last track on the album. Take Her Life is the name of this. I'm going to stop it. Once again, super impressed by this whole project. Super impressed by it. Way more music on here that I really, really, really liked than I thought I would. And again, I'm not super into My Little Pony. I have watched My Little Pony, My Friendship is Magic, or Friendship is Magic, My Friendship is Magic. Friendship is Magic. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Obviously, I'm way out of the age group for what it's made for. I still thought it was very well done. I'm not huge into My Little Pony. I never was. It was something that came about after I was late teenager. Um, but I love Femcel's story of how it was something that they watched when they were a kid. Things went poorly after that, has mental challenges. Brain is telling them to do things that are not healthy or not good. Ended up in the psych ward, and one of the only things he could do there was to watch My Little Pony, my friend. Friendship is Magic. I don't know why I want to add a my in there. And it helped. It got him through. It was something he could identify with. It was something he could like look back at a time in his life when things were happier. I think it's awesome. And then to take that influence and take the other influences from their life, musical influences, drugs, challenges, life in general, and turn it into music and get thoughts out of their head that he doesn't want to have there. It's very, very cool. And I gotta say, I know this is something that there are people out there who will look at it and go, "Oh my god, how stupid! What a weird combination of things." Blah blah blah. Anything negative that you could possibly think to say about it. Like I totally get it. I know people will do that, but they don't look at the full story. They don't look at why this combination would come about and how it makes sense to Femcell. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to a lot of people who probably also have that same sense of nostalgia for this series. And I think this has been really a good album. I also think you were right, by the way, Femcell, to listen to EED, Equestrian Ego Death, first, and then listen to this. I think that's the right way to go about this. So thank you for that. Thank you very much. I think those were definitely right, because I think, at least from my perspective, I like to look at the lyrics, right? And Equestrian Ego Death, I think, had lyrics that were more like easy for me to connect to, right? Which is the important part, but easy for me or anybody else to connect to. People who don't haven't gone through what you've gone through and aren't dealing with what you've had to deal with and what you're probably dealing with now. And then this album is much more about kind of the feel of it, the feel of the music, the how everything is put together, not necessarily about what the words are telling you in the lyrics. So I think if I'd listened to this first, I would have had a different expectation of what was coming on EED, whereas having listened to EED first, it let me indulge in that, like, I want to read the lyrics portion and get into what you're trying to say, kind of get to know you a little bit better. And then for this one, I could then just listen to the music and not necessarily dive into the lyrics and pick everything apart and look at what you're saying. Even so, I think there are things here that are really well done. I think you're a good writer. I think you have your own style. And I so think you should be a producer. Like, you make awesome music. And I don't mean that in a way like, oh, you shouldn't be making your own rap music and albums and things like that. But I think I think that your strengths are definitely on the music side. Like, you have a really good sense of how to create something unique and interesting and different and dark. And I would love to see what else you can do with it. But keep making your music. 100% keep making your music. But look into doing production work, man. Look into like releasing some beats and seeing if people would be interested in working with you. And I'm serious about the Danny Brown thing too. His style is all over the place, and it would be so cool to see something dark and heavy from him with your beat. Ooh, that would be cool. That would be so cool. All right, let's do last track on the album. Take Her Life. Nice light topic. 2 minutes, 24 seconds. Thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch my video on the channel. Cash App, PayPal, Patreon information down below in the description of the video. There's also a playlist that I put together. It's down in the description of the video. Have yourself a good day. Let's listen to this last song. Take Her Life. Let's do it. Oh, that's cool. That's just an awesome, awesome little intro. Love, love, love that. Very alt rock. So cool. That is a really cool sound. That is a very, very cool sound. It reminds me of some song from the 80s that I, of course, can't think of the name of that has a similar sort of guitar thing. It's almost on the edge of being like surf music. It just sounds like surf music. I'm trying to get my brain to think of some song that sounds like that. I want to say The Cure, but I don't think it's quite like The Cure. They did a lot of that similar sort of but a different style to it. I don't know. That was a cool track. That was a very cool track. Again, the lyrics, a lot of drug use, a lot of violence, a lot of threatening of violence, right? Schizophrenia in my knife when I bow down and take her life. I bow down and take her life when I bow down and take her life. Schizophrenia in my knife when I bow down and take her life. Schizophrenia in my knife. Oh, I got hundreds, booted off Molly, I can't chew. Now I walk through the scene with my cuts out. All my inspos, they hate me, they leave me on red. First I let my bitch rape me, then I fuck her off X. Like, there's all sorts of craziness here. But it sounds so good. Femcell, thank you. Thank you. This is where all the coolest stuff happens. relatively new artists making their music, doing what they got to do to like get shit out of their heads and on paper and turn it into music. I really, really liked this album. I really liked Equestrian Ego Death much more in both cases than I thought I was going to. When you wrote me that long note about My Little Mixtape 3, this album, I was very worried that it was going to be something that I really, really disliked, really didn't like. And your production work is kind of fantastic, man. Like, kind of amazing. So keep at it. Keep at it. I wish I had the talent that you clearly have. So keep doing it. I can't wait to hear from you again. I can't wait to hear from you again. Thank you so much. There you go. Papa Squat. Checking out. Like I said, please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, Patreon down below in the description of the video. Playlist down there. Patreon, $2 a month. Thanks for sending this in. Have yourself a good day. I'm going to get to bed. Bye-bye.